Yeah, Mr. Wayne, I've been training with him, and of course, he's from South Africa. So that was just like a banter that I posted on Instagram, and we all saw the match together, and it was a great win for India. And I think I congratulate the whole Indian team, and it was an amazing show. So yeah, we all just sat and he was the only South African, right? Each other just for fun. But yeah, it was a good match. Yeah, I mean, there were injuries, and yeah, it is part of life, and you can't do anything about it. So, yeah, last time I was injured, especially in 2022, and of course, in 2023, I had a knee injury as well. But touch wood, everything has been good and fine, and I'm all right. And yeah, it was very challenging because, especially from the last Olympics, Tokyo, to now, Paris. Definitely a lot of challenging times where I was injured and I had to rest for a couple of months and then get back on court. But I've learned a lot from those as well, being very patient and just believing in yourself and uh, just be there and keep fighting every single day. But yeah, it was good that I'm very thankful to my whole team who has been behind me and who's been supporting me always, and they've always believed in me. And I'm completely all right, and doing that and getting me back on court again is really really high. So it's not going to be easy. I know I've played two Olympics and this will be my third Olympics. um, every time the game keeps changing. Every Olympics there are different players, and now this Olympics there are some new players who are coming and playing for the first time at the Olympics. For some of them it's second time. So yeah, it is going to be very challenging, and it is going to be really hard because one is we know each other's game, and two is the game has completely changed. And I think three is a lot of players would be looking at, let's say, your game, how you're playing, what are they doing, what needs to be done. So there are a lot of tactics and techniques which will go into this, and also physically and mentally you need to be much more stronger, much more smarter. So yeah, I think these are all the things where we need to keep in mind and keep fighting. I was always prepared for long matches, and it's important that I need to be on court for a longer period of time. My matches are not being easy, and especially when I started my Asian tour, almost every match was, went up to 3 games. So I was prepared for everything, and at the same time, you need to, be physically strong as well to compete for a longer period of time. And those matches went up to like more than an hour. I think so. So I was prepared for it, and obviously nobody wants it to be 3 games. Everyone wants to finish in 2 games, but due to the shuttles, due to the court conditions, sometimes it might go to 3. But you have to be prepared for longer matches every single time, and I was prepared for it. So yeah. See, I think there are matches where you sometimes you might be leading, and sometimes you might end up losing. That happened to me in the Malaysian Masters. It's not that I was not in a good shape, but I played my best. And sometimes you're leading, and it happens, and it is okay. I think it's important that for me, especially when I lose a match, or when you have another competition coming forward, I think it's important that you learn from your mistakes and come back stronger. I know it's really hard. You can't do anything about it. So I think it's important that you come back stronger and just leave what has happened and just focus on the next tournament. That is one. And I mean, everybody knows each other's game. It's just that on that day, who plays well and give their best is a winner, is what I feel. So what has happened in Malaysian Masters, I know it is a bit sad. I could have got that. I was leading 11-3. It's just a matter of those 11 points, and I would have won the championship. But yeah, I think I just felt that it was not just my day because I've played everything and it just didn't work out. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. I have learned a lot from that, and next few errors when I play the next time. I mean, I don't want to compare with others, but looking at my form, I'm definitely, it's very different with every player. You have to play very differently with every player. It's a different style of play. I think the strategy is going to be very different. Yeah, with Chen Yufi, it's going to be different. With An Seong, it's going to be different. It also obviously depends on the draws, how with whom are you going to play, and accordingly decide how to play, and obviously discuss with the coach. But of course, looking forward and going to the Olympics, my aim obviously would be trying to get a medal at Olympics. So yeah, hoping for the best. And we've all discussed and we thought Saarbrücken would be a good place, and obviously we've discussed where to go and how to do and what to do right before the Olympics. And Saarbrücken we choose is because it's near to Paris as well, and obviously it's between nowhere, where I'm much more focused. And of course the climatic conditions, so that I get used to the climatic conditions, the weather, and yeah, just be more focused, I feel. And of course I am obviously I've taken few of the sparring partners, and obviously I have a team of course which consists of my coach, trainer, and physio. Yeah, this is my team, and current training in Saarbrücken, and I feel it's really good and very peaceful, so that I can focus even more, before the Olympics, and it's also very near to Paris as well. That's why we choose. Every player has a different style of play. Sometimes game is something where it's very attacking, and but now it's more of a rally game, and everybody's prepared for everything, and defense has become very strong. Even though you finish those smashes, sometimes it might be finished, but I think sometimes the defense has become so strong that you need to be prepared for longer rallies. So that's what I meant by the game changed. And now if you see, every women's singles player is very strong physically and is prepared for long rallies. Nobody's giving those easy points, or nobody's giving those simple errors. So you have to be prepared for long rallies, and you have to be prepared for long games. I feel it's comparatively going to be very different because it comes once in 4 years, and a lot of people might be saying, yeah, at major tournaments you do well. But I mean, I don't know, every tournament is the same preparation. Obviously Olympics is going to be a little bit different because we get a little more time, little more training period. Rather in other tournaments it's like back to back, we have continuous tournaments, but Olympics is where we obviously have a longer period, training period of time, and we get to prepare a lot more better. So yeah, hopefully by others telling me that I do prepare well, in the bigger tournaments. So I hope I do that this time as well. I'm right there. It's just that I need to be much more smarter, and of course, Argus has been taking care of that, and my trainer has been taking care of the physical part. So I hope I come up with some Olympics, obviously. Like, or the net play. I think it's important that you be perfect in every single thing. So I've been working on everything. It's not just that I'm focusing on just one stroke or one technique, because you never know how it is going to be. There are players who are smart enough to change immediately when plan A is not working. Obviously, they listen to their coach and get on plan B. So you need to be prepared for everything. So that's when I'm obviously focusing and practicing on each and everything to make it perfect and be prepared for all the strokes, and yeah, all the it took me some time to come back, and I feel that now I'm doing well. And coming to the finals is not an easy thing, and obviously finishing matches, not finishing matches, it depends on how we play. And sometimes it might just be that you're leading and nothing might work out, or sometimes you're like trailing and you just win matches. So Malaysian Masters was one of the tournaments where I played really well until the finals, and finals also I played well, but in the end it just slipped off from my hand. But that doesn't justify that I was not able to finish matches, or I'm not able to move further or go further. But I feel that there's been a lot of improvement, and I know that I can definitely do much more better, and I'm confident that I'm doing well and I'm getting there. So I think that itself is important, where I need to keep believing in myself and keep working much more harder. Want to win every single point. At that point of time, there's nothing like a particular strategy, because it depends on the game also. If it's third game 18 all, at that point, you want you want to play safe and you want to get the point. So there's no such particular strategy that you have to play. And obviously at that point, whatever you feel and whatever the coach feels, he tells you, and you need to play that on court. But apart from that, of course, Prakash sir has been seeing my matches, and he's been telling me a few things. If I'm making any mistakes, but particularly safe and play the shuttle in the court and keep the shuttle in the court. That's what he says. More than that, I think he observes a lot, and at that point, whatever mistake I'm doing, or how do I need to play that stroke, that's what he explains. So when we also watch match together, or when he sits behind me, especially in the last All England and French Open. I mean, for the first time, he's been sitting for me, and his inputs were quite simple, and not that I can't remember or not that I can't play, but he just always told me that, just play freely and just give your best. So challenging, it's not easy, but at the same time, it's not, impossible. And I feel that it is going to be challenging, where everybody is going to look, how is it, and how am I going to play. But it's very important that I make sure my strategies are right. I discuss with my coach how I play and what needs to be done. And according to Olympics, obviously my aim would be to do well, give my best, and get a medal. And I'm not saying that I'm only focusing on getting the medal, but I'm also saying that I need to focus on each and every game, each and every point from the um, uh, uh, group stages. So it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, I need to be focused on each and every point and each and every match, even though I play against a low ranked player or whoever it is, because it's Olympics and anything can happen. 3 sets. You try to get that point as soon as possible, but at the same time, you shouldn't make mistakes by wanting to play quicker. Obviously, you have to put the shuttle in the court, and sometimes those rallies might go to 15 strokes, 16 strokes, or 30 strokes. But it's important that you stay on court and stay on your feet, be quicker always, and try to get that point, even though if it's a long rally or a short rally. Postpone for a year, and then the stadium was really empty, and even before going to Olympics, we were allowed only 1 week to go inside the village. So it's very different compared to Rio, because Rio was something where we could go much more earlier. So every Olympics was different, and this Olympics also is comparatively very different. And for me, I felt it would be good that if I come out from India and train here, obviously. And as I mentioned earlier, I can focus much more, and more than anything, I get used to the climatic conditions. I think that's very important. And also, it's very near to Paris as well. So that was the main aim. And of course, I have the whole team here, where of course my coach and my support staff would be helping me, and of course my sparring partners. So I think I felt that this was a good decision right before Paris. And of course, it's very good here. The training facilities are really, really good, and more than anything, everything is under one roof, and I can be much more focused. So heavy, then you have to make sure that you have to cut down few things, and make sure that you don't eat too much of junk food. Once in a while is okay, but not every single day. At the same time, in terms of training, you have to be much more smarter. Obviously, I can't do the same thing what I used to do in 2016, or when I was 20 years old. Now, when time keeps going, and also when your age keeps going higher, it's important that you work out smartly. And especially when you're injured at times, how do you come out from it, and how smart you train accordingly so that you maintain that fitness and make sure you're fitter than before. So these are the few aspects that are very, very important, and definitely I have the best team on my side, and I hope we are working on that. So it's important that more than anything that I have to be like super fit, going to this Olympics, and make sure that I'm injury free. At the same time, I'm in the right space. So that is very important, and that's what we're focusing on. This time going into the Olympics, everybody's eyes are going to be on me. At the same time, I need to be much more smarter, and also I should know that it won't be any easier, because there are going to be long matches, and I can't expect any easy matches going into the Olympics, or into the group stages especially. So yeah, obviously I have a lot of experience on my side, but at the same time, I should be even more patient enough at the Olympics and be much more smarter.